Hello, everyone. Right. So today, reading with Tony will be presenting to you a writing task. What we will be doing today is we will be reviewing about two maps. This is writing about maps in task one. So if you look at the maps, we can see that it represents a map in the 1980s and a map now, which presumably would be 2026. Right off the bat, I can see that, oh, 1980 has walls, a fence, some benches with a pond, trees. So we'll just make note of that, right? We can just immediately hold on. If you do not have any type of noting app on your IELTS app or device, whatever, then what you should do is also get a notebook to one notebook for any notes that you may have, and another notebook for actually writing if you do prefer writing to, say, typing on the keyboard like I do. Anyways, note immediately that in 19 you have to make a table, a map, or some type of comparison to make it easier for you, right? For example, what I like to do is I'd like to make a comparison between 1980 and 2026, just like so. After that, you can write whatever you want. For example, 1980 has walls and a fence. Walls, fence, blah blah blah. I can see lots of trees as well, flowers. So I'll just write that down as more greenery. You really need to use advanced vocabularies to make sure that your writing pops out. But remember to use it in good sentences, or else it may not be good. So right away, greenery, walls, fence. So this can be so for walls and fence, this can be said that this park used to be gated, a gated park. Gated is when something is, closed off to the public, or really just exclusive to a group of individuals. Right. You can also see a pond with some benches on it, so I can explain that right away. It's a pond and some benches, or I could just put that as a sitting area or picnic area with lots of open space, lots of open space. Yeah, see, there's not much. It's just a bunch of open space. Now, moving on to 2036, I can see that from one path it has turned into four distinct paths. Distinct paths. Um, in Vietnamese, it's called a ngã tư. But let me just think if there is any word for that. It should be crossroads. Yeah, a crossroad. Right? There's a crossroad in the middle. It has turned into a crossroad in the middle. A crossroad. A crossroad. Yeah, crossroad sounds good. With four distinct sections. That sounds very, very. Yes, four distinct sections. One section you can divide all what you're saying into different parts, so to make it easier, right? There's four sections in the map, so you can say four sections. One section is just open space. That hasn't changed. One section still has a sitting area with benches, ponds, the sorts. And then another one has a sports area. A sports area for sporty people to play in. I can see that by two boys playing soccer, I think. No, that's football, yeah. It's called football, not soccer. I believe that, yeah. Um yeah, it should be called football. Um there. There are some boys playing football in one area, and then another area is a true picnic area. This is a picnic area. So, yeah, that's a picnic area. That's a picnic area with some trees. With some trees. It really depends on the perspective if you want to say more greenery or less greenery, but to me, it seems like both time area and both times have the same amount of trees just by looking at the picture, but the tree species is different. So you can talk about the different tree species in them. Right. Okay. So now after you're done with whatever you're doing, then it's time to after you're done with the overall summary of both maps, then it's time to actually go into the specifics on what you're going to do in each part. So after getting a good overview, what you should do in writing test 1 is, of course, very simple. You need to rewrite the what's it called again? Should it be sentence? No, it sounds weird. Rewrite the instructions. Yeah, sure. Instructions. Rewrite the instructions. Basically, you should rewrite what this is saying. This one right here. The picture shows the changes of a park from 1980 to present day. You can say I would like to rewrite into say like something like the maps, because of course it shows maps. You can actually just or say that because it does insinuate that this is a map. So the maps illustrate. What I really like to use is illustrate. The maps illustrate the evolution. Yes, this is also where like the changes. You can change it into evolution. It's very fancy, but you need to use it correctly. For example, if you say something like, right now in a process where the pulp is turned into paper, you do not say evolve. No, that's just change or processed into. But I can use evolution in this case because it is over a time period. So from 1980 to 2026, this thing has evolved into that other thing. Therefore, you can use evolve in this sentence. The maps illustrate the evolution of a park or park. Yeah, just use park. I usually use that. And then you just to the current day or the present day. Current day. Or current times work as well. To the current. Just use present. It sounds better. Present day, right? Or present times. There we go. And after that, you can just continue with whatever you're doing. So after you have gotten hold of the introduction, you can just jump straight into it, right? One thing I like to do is to either work inside out or work from the outside in. You usually use outside, inside in, inside out, outside in for maps. Yeah, usually maps or items that you are describing. You know, like houses, toys, the sorts. And for example, in this case of an outside in, I can talk about how in 1980 there were walls and fences making this a gated park, but now it is open to the public. The walls and fences have been dismantled. Dismantled being, of course, being taken down. Or if you do not like that, you can also use inside out. For example, in 1980, there was one straight path cutting down roughly the middle of the park. But now however, in 2026, the path has changed into a crossroads, dividing the park into 4 distinct sections, with each section having its own use. There we go. And then you can work inside out to each section, and it's very interchangeable. It's very good. It depends on your style, but very good for maps and items. Use outside in or inside out. Right. So yes, summary, and then you should use inside out or outside in. And then yes, that's just that. Usually when you use maps like you compare maps like this, summarizing and reporting the main features here are what you really need, and making comparisons, although good, right? I don't really see much. For example, I could say one thing that hasn't changed from 1980 to now is the sitting area, where where it still has a pond and some benches for visitors to sit on and ponder about life. That last part is very unnecessary and could lose you some points, by the way, so don't copy me. Don't. It's very, very bad. mm, yes, you could do something like that. One thing that hasn't changed, and then you talk about the thing that hasn't changed. Vice versa, if there is a part where you notice clear change, then you can say the otherwise, right? In 1980, there was a lot of trees in this area. However, in 2026, that area has turned into a picnic area. There we go. And then lastly, in the last part, which is of course the summary, you just need to summarize what has been the most important to you. This is really just a feeling, your gut feeling. For example, I could say, in summary, or to summarize, to conclude, in conclusion, the park has had some significant changes, including the dismantling or the taking down of the outside walls, no longer making the park a gated community, a gated experience, but also the expansion of more public projects such as a sports area, a picnic area, while keeping its fundamental uses like the sitting area and places to walk on. There, you could use something like that. Right, so after all that, I think what I need to do now is to prove that it was good. So I'll just write this, and I will speed things up so you don't have to worry. Right, after a lot of time, I have finished my IELTS writing in about 13 minutes. It's not perfect, but it is what it is, and this is my what's it again? Um, oh my god. Introduction, yes, introduction, and this is my body, and this is my summary. Right, so what I would do now is to copy and then submit. No, this page IELTS online test does not really do that for you. However, I will go to ChatGPT now. I know it's weird. It is kind of weird but ChatGPT is actually really good in this, and I would like to go to, say, a little prompt that I made. Yes, I have a prompt. I made a prompt for IELTS writing. And no. So should you need any assistance with IELTS writing, just send me your work, and I will email to you back the results if you want. If you want a free IELTS writing evaluation, then you just email me. My email is in my bio, and I will reach out to you back. All right. So let's see how my IELTS writing did. Right away, test achievement 7.0, coherence and cohesion 6.5, lexical resource 70, and grammatical range and accuracy 6.5. The estimated overall band is 70. So it's not the best. So yes, but what I did here is that my test achievement is not that high, but it is good. It is good. I can feel it because hold on, I didn't. Yeah, I don't think yeah, hold on. Yeah, this is my bad. hold on, let me just try this again. Now with the pictures, because I did not include the pictures. I think that was what that's my bad. Okay, so again, if you want a free IELTS evaluation, then email me. The link is in the bio, and you guys will get a free evaluation on this. Very, very good. Okay, yeah, same thing. Okay, that's just the same thing. So what I did here was I went from outside in, the walls, and then the use of the park and the path. It was only that. I couldn't do much. Alright, let's see what it said. The response successfully identifies the map changes. Cleared. Some details are speculative and interpretive. Oh, I see. So, I should have, I see. It's like, this is what I said here. I use sit around. This is very speculative. What if they use it for something else? Like, I don't know, feeding the pigeons, right? So again, if you're not sure, then don't write any speculative things in the writing. It will lower your score, like I said. Some sentences are excessively long and contain multiple ideas. I should have really cut my sentences. This is just grammatical. The spelling mistakes are probably because I typed too fast. That's just my bad. Perimeter, dismantled. A few expressions are awkward or too informal for academic writing. Alright. So, again, if you want a free IELTS evaluation with tips to improve, then the link is, my email is in my bio. Send me your work and I will reach out to you. Right, so that's it for today. I hope you had a great time, and I hope you learned something from this IELTS maps a guide, right? So thank you again for watching to the very end, and I think I'll see you in the next one if you want to see me more. Thank you, and goodbye.